Yo, what's up, ladies, gentlemen, and they thems, and welcome to a game called The Uncle Who Works for Nintendo. It's not a game that I found out on my own, but it just randomly out of nowhere I thought of the Markiplier playthrough of this game and was like, huh. I haven't watched it in a while. Let me not watch it and instead see if I can play it. And what do you know? It's on itch.io and it's a browser game. So here we are, we're playing this game, and it it took a little while to record this because I wanted to get it dark and a little moody atmosphere, kind of get it a bit spooky. Now I'm recording it, and here we are. So let's stop delaying and get into the game. You are 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? I had a friend named Noah back in I wouldn't call him a friend, more like a classmate. I don't know. I'll go with Nicole. Nicole sounds like a cool name. Your best friend Nicole has invited you to sleep over at her house this weekend. You've been friends since the first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. And and I forgot to mention, this is supposed to be like a click choose your own adventure type game, and it's horror too, so spooky. On Friday night, you're home alone for only a few hours, long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister, pack some more, and watch some TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Nicole's house while your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says, as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Yes, Mom. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says, again as usual, but then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful. It's probably gonna rain. Kiss my mom goodbye. I love my mom like that. Who doesn't love their mom like that? Well, if she like beats you on the daily, but I doubt y'all have like abusive parents, right? After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Nicole's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Nicole waving at you from her bedroom on the second floor, and you head inside. Oh, it's 6 p.m. Man, imagine if I was recording when like some of the thunder was going off outside. What if thunder goes off right now? Yo, that would be cool. Nicole's mom meets you inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in a few minutes, but you could drop your stuff off in the den. You and Nicole are camping out there for the night. Cool. Thank you, Miss Nicole's mom. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den, and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, of grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the walls, and over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Nicole's dad shot years ago. And of course, there's the big screen TV. That's cool. Honestly, I don't think I mentioned this before. I probably did, but I love not satanic depictions of like goat skulls and stuff like that. But I just love like deer skulls, goat skulls, and ram skulls and stuff like that. They just look cool to me. Not because like any demonic Satan imagery or stuff like that. You'll get it when you're older. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Nicole's house is than yours. Well, that's probably because we got like a single mom. Okay, give her some slack. You drop your sleeping and overnight, and then look around behind the couch. Oh no. Yeah, frame pictures. And of course, the big screen TV. Nicole entered this room while you weren't paying attention, and she now stands in the doorway, smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner? She asks. Sure, yeah, I'm down. Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Nicole's favorite meals, as her mother points out while helping on your plate. Nicole's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Nicole are getting at school. You know, me and my bestie, we're like that. We get in trouble. We're like delinquents and all that. Dessert is a heaping bowls of ice cream drizzled in chocolate sauce. You can't even finish yours, and then this is like one of the cool things where like you have to notice things change throughout the story. It like when you run it back and keep going with the story. Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That was a glass of lemonade. Why would you even think that was a beer? Nicole's father doesn't drink alcohol. You're quite certain of that fact now that you remember it. Well, whatever. Yeah. The grandfather clock in the den chimes. You go along now, says Nicole's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Nicole. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Nicole's room is immense. So kind of like the Five Nights at Freddy's for kids' room, the BAR, big ass room. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite and the full-sized bed. We'll take the 64 down first, says Nicole, heading towards the TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. I played this. Well, I never played the 64 before, but I played Mario 64 on this Switch. I'm okay at it. I'm like goated at it. It's her prerogative, of course. She gets to choose what to play first, usually, since it's her house. But as Nicole begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch a sight of other things she has in there. All the major stuff, an old SNES, a PlayStation, and a Dreamcast. No respect to Xbox, but Xbox probably wasn't, made once this happened. Actually, before we continue on, I got something cool to show y'all. Boo! Scare you? I hope I did. Look at this. This is the original Xbox. Of course, it's not mine because, when I was conceived, they just probably got this. But I just have this sitting around in my closet. Ain't that cool? This is neat. Look at this big ass brick. This black brick. All right, I just wanted to flex my gaming knowledge. Because I'm a gamer and stuff like that. But some other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights. An Xbox, if you will, a smaller purple run. Wouldn't that be the N64? I think so. A strange white and yellow tower with what looks like gloves resting on the hook on either side. A compact white cone. What are those? Nicole looks at the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, she says. They're pretty cool. I can't show them to you though. They're still a secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you son remember her uncle. The weird one that likes to kiss her on the mouth for some reason. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner, the grandfather, is ticking softly through a nearby set of patio doors. It's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the wall. Nicole is parked in front of the large TV playing something on an N64. You walk around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are the family portraits from years ago. Or years past. Nicole cradled lovingly between her mother and father, or any one of the three of their own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Nicole's uncle. You don't find any, not one. The only pictures here are of Nicole and her parents. You don't know why that makes you feel uneasy. The time passes. It began with Mew. You didn't believe her at first, but when Nicole came to school one day, and told you she had finally caught a Mew. Prove it, you said. So she pulled out her Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew, the 151st Pokemon, available to only players at promotional events. Somehow unlocked on Nicole's game. It's really strong, she said. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Nicole demonstrated this claim at recess when you and some other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got a single hit on Nicole's Mew. You asked how Nicole managed to get it. In a few days, everyone had quit playing. Oh, the lure had faded. Huh. Oh, my uncle got a new job at Nintendo, said Nicole. You were walking home together past one of the construction crews. Nicole still lived next door to you at the time. There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were all down over town. Building has collapsed. You were standing at an intersection with Nicole as a truck rumbled by, loaded with ragged trees trunks. What a bad storm. Wait, this couldn't have been too long ago. When did Nicole move? There was something nice about being neighbors. Oh. He also got me this new Game Boy, said Nicole, pulling it out of her pocket. You hadn't noticed it earlier, but yes, Nicole now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today, she had one of those old ones, a big gray brick. It was like yours. This one's a special edition, said Nicole. Isn't it cool? You agreed. Snap out of your reflections. The clock chimes. It began raining outside. Remember your own Mew. You got your own Mew eventually. Another friend had a Game Shark, which you bought her one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game or hadn't yet traded for, including Mew. It didn't one-hit KO most enemies, it was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Nicole's. Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes, but then Nicole's had wiped out everyone's at school. It had looked completely different, compact, snarling, and fierce. You asked her why. What? She said, that had been here in the den. Oh, that thing. Nicole had moved by then, but how long was that after the first storm, after she got Mew? You can't remember. It had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. Well, my uncle got me a special edition of Mew. First of all, she said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game she was playing. Oh, we're playing PlayStation now. Okay. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew. You asked what she meant by that. Just what I said, Nicole replied. You cheated and got a fake Mew, so of course there'd be problems, glitches, and junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me, Nicole said again. I got a real Mew, and only me, my brother, was so jealous. Nicole's brother. What about him? Why does remembering that comment make you feel uneasy? Yeah, where was he at dinner? You snap out of your reflection. Ask Nicole about the storm. Do you think the storm will be as... I don't like the sound of the wind. You remember that storm we had that tore down all the trees? I don't know what you're talking about, says Nicole. You don't remember? Remember what? The storm had happened a few weeks ago. It was huge. It took down trees. Actually, I forgot until tonight. Nicole shakes her head. If it was important, I'm sure I would remember it, she says. You fall silent. Huh. Can we talk about school? You began talking about a mutual acquaintance who moved away, but Nicole tricked... Damn. Okay then. Clock chimes. Let me get some scran. I'm feeling quite hungry. I'm feeling quite parched. Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen, which is also deserted right now. Go to the fridge. There are a few things there. Soda, cold pizza, milk, and a water pitcher. Let's be healthy and get some water. You grab your snack and exit the kitchen. You head back to the den. I'm not so sure about your uncle, huh? Nicole takes a moment to respond, as if she's not quite sure she heard you correctly. What? I don't believe your uncle works for Nintendo. You think you finally done it. Nicole stands up, fist clenched at her side, mouth twisting horribly as she struggles to say something. You watch as she takes a step forward to you and you involuntary. You clench your teeth and wait. You grit those teeth, squeeze those palms, and then take it like a man. Nicole darts forward at you and pushes you back into the hardboard floor, cracking your skull against the carpet. Take initiative. Let's pull a Kazuma, because like him, I am a equal opportunist. These hands are rated E for everyone, so I'm gonna backhand you. I'm sorry, but whoa! You shove yourself up off the floor and send your fist into Nicole's stomach. For a moment, you're shocked at what you've done. She stands there gasping in her pajamas, but suddenly, I hate you, in a bad expression. You hear something, you think you hear something, someone shouting, and then you fall flat on the floor. For a moment, you don't think you could get up, your whole body feels heavy. Did she hit you? I hate you, says Nicole. Leave me alone. You finally manage to sit up as she turns back to her game. You take a moment to collect yourself. Good talk, best friend, good talk. It's 11:30. It's 11:30. Who stays at school for that long? Oh, I guess we call her mom. Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen where the phone sits on the counter. Call mama. Call mama. You dial your mom's work number and wait. She picks up after 3 rings. Hi, Mom. Honey, she says, I'm busy. You shouldn't be calling me at work whenever you want. Is everything okay? No, it's not okay. What do you mean? I got in a fight with Nicole. What? You explain that you and Nicole aren't getting along right now and you'd like to go home early. She listens. Something in your voice seems to give her a pause. Okay, she says after a moment. I'll call the sitter and tell her to come pick you up. It'll probably be an hour. Is that okay? Can't you make her get here faster? That's not gonna happen, honey, she says. Just sit. Oh, thank you. Of course, she says with a hint of sigh. I'll call her now, okay? She'll be here in an hour. Be safe, she hangs up. Return to the den and pack your things. The clock chimes as you enter the den. The clock chiming, Nicole is standing in the middle of the den, her hands at her side, and her odd smile on her face. You're too late, she says. He's here. And then someone knocks at the front door. That's him, says Nicole, standing. I should go let him in. As she leaves the den, you realize you could follow, but a part of you really feels like being scared for. Let's be stupid and follow her. The knocking continues persistently as you follow Nicole to the front of the house. Outside the pebbled glass in the front window, you can see a tall dark shadow. Nicole opens the door, undoes the deadbolt, and cracks it open. You can come in, she says to whoever stands out there on the porch, and then looks at her shoulder. Sorry, she says. Before you can ask what there is to be sorry about, the door slams open.
Hello, child. Come here. Come closer, child. No worries, child. I'm hungry, child. No more worries, child. Hello, child. Fear none. Screaming. Cease. Stop it, child. Hello, child. Hello, child. Hello, child. Yeah. Oh my.
Alrighty then. But yeah, the uncle who works for Nintendo, but as you can see, there's a different ending. Ooh, wow, gasp! I know. I don't cause some of these have hints on what how to get them. So yeah, I'll probably do a lot of cutting, but I won't cut anything out that's like detrimental to the story. Oh, the table hasn't been cleared yet, and they're still sitting in the exact same places you left them. In fact, you realize they aren't moving at all. They sit in complete still like mannequins. Nicole's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade as if getting ready to take a drink. Nicole's mom has her head turned and her mouth slightly open as if she froze immediately after you and Nicole left the dining room. Attempt to talk to them. Are you okay? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles outside. They don't seem to notice. This isn't funny. They aren't even blinking. Run past them and the dining room is behind you. You grab something out of. You aren't going back that way. You just aren't. Okay then. Let's get some soda. The clock chimes. It's 8 o'clock. Tell Nicole about her parents. You tell Nicole what you saw. What? She says, looking over her shoulder and pausing her game. Your parents are sitting in the dining room still. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. Are you sure? Says Nicole, frowning at you. I bet they're just being weird. Give me a second. As she stands and moves out of the room, she points back at the 64. You can play my game if you want. You know, you better be like go to that Smash. I'll play a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's time. Okay, so if that's the case, I don't want to play games anymore. Yeah, it's the uncle that probably kisses her on the mouth. Be a pussy and run to the bathroom. You run down the hall to the bathroom and lock the door behind you, or at least could have been the bathroom. The walls are bare and white, and there's no sink or toilet, but there are some odd featureless white boxes that could stand in for a shower or a linen closet. Go in the closet. You crawl into the plain white box that's the size of a linen closet and close it behind you. From the front of the house, you can hear the front. Yeah. After that, you don't hear anything except child, the rain. No, not just the rain, but the voice in the back of your head like, I am coming for you, child. Like something you can't even begin to describe. Though you lock the door behind you, you hear it open easily. Something walks in. Hold your breath. You're not sure how you know something is out there because you don't exactly. Oh, child. Hear it moving, but you know it's there, and you know it's stopped. Poor child. Right outside my hiding spot. It opens the door even though you immediately realize it doesn't have any hands. Same thing.
I have friends for you, child. Friends for you in the dark. You will play forever in the dark.
See, I know how to do this stuff. It's just like getting to certain points is like, huh. Nicole doesn't even look away from the TV as you come in. Just be respectful. Quietly pack up your things. This draws Nicole's attention. What are you doing? She asks. Explain that you're leaving. What? Nicole stands up, not even bothering to pause the game. No, you can't leave. It's almost time. Almost time for what? You can't go, says Nicole, ignoring your question. There's so much stuff I had planned for the night. I was going to let you play the next Zelda game, the one that's not even out yet. Before you can say anything, she's already running upstairs. Nicole continuously runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack up your things. Every time she presents something new, you ignore her or brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, Nicole says, just stay. Stay the night, please. Outside, you hear the car horn honk. No, you say, and with your night bag slung over one shoulder, you march to the front door and exit off into the night. Like a nigga with balls. That's what I'm talking about. As you walk to the sitter's car, you see your little sister in the back seat, still in her pajamas. The sitter, a high school girl who lives down the street from you, looks incredibly unhappy to be here, but you think you'll be able to handle her. As you climb into the car, you cast one last look over your shoulders back into the house. Nicole's standing in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house, and as you watch, you see her parents appear in the doorway behind her. Bye! Without acknowledging you, Nicole's parents lay their hands on her shoulders. They turn Nicole back into the house, the door closing just as everything slides out of view. When you turn around in your seat to look out the back window, you can't even see the house's lights. Nicole doesn't show up at school on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask your teacher, Mr. Scott, where's Nicole is. He blinks at you confusedly. Oh, he says eventually. Nicole, well, I'm surprised you didn't tell you about this, but she and her family moved away. The house is empty when you ride your bike that afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anything or anyone in it. A for sale sign stands at the yard out front. Go home. You never see Nicole again, and eventually, as years pass, you forget about her entirely. Okay. Oh, thunder rumbles and Nicole's demeanor changes. You watch as she suddenly looks around the room as if expecting someone to be there. Never mind, she says. Just forget I said anything. And she goes back to playing her games. You can't help but wonder what just happened. This joke you're playing is very mean. I should have known it was different, Nicole mumbles. You were remembering too much. If your uncle was so powerful, why can't he just keep me here? Nicole frowns. He gets weak. He can't do as much. Why things have been different. He's weak. Is he weaker now? Begin packing your stuff. Please, says Nicole. Please don't go. I've never not fed him, and if I don't, I'm not sure what will happen. So you just want me to get eaten or whatever? No, please no, she replied. It's not. I think he'll kill me. Do you understand? He would have killed me if I didn't. Shut up and leave me alone. Okay. The front door is closed. You suddenly can't remember if you did that yourself. The lights in the den are still burning. As the sitter pulls away from the house, you stare out the window at Nicole's house. The lights blurred, magnify the rain streaming down the glass. Eventually, it all slides out of view. The fire. It started in the den, says the paper. There was known to be a fireplace. Apparently, it was left smoldering in the night. There were no survivors. Arson is suspected, since the accelerant would have helped the flames overcome the night's heavy rain. But nothing definite is ever publicly released on this account. One day after school, you ride your bike to check it out. Parts of the house still stand, walls and beams blackened by the flame. Yellow caution tape has been looped around the outside, and the rubble hasn't been totally cleared out by the city. You decide to investigate. The second floor has either mostly been burned away or fallen through, but standing in what used to be the den, look up to the hole you notice is Nicole's room. The broken glass is charred drywall crunched beneath your feet, until you step on something that isn't glass. You look down. There There in the mess is what looked like a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy Color, not at all scuffed or damaged. In the back is a single cartridge, a copy of Pokemon Blue. Leave that damn cursed Game Boy. You leave the Game Boy. You leave the ruined house and hop back on your bike, pedaling home. Your mom doesn't have to work tonight, and since she knows you're taking recent events hard, she promised to take you and your little sister to the movies. You don't think about Nicole at all. All unsafe data will be lost. You went home early, and it was lucky you did. Nicole and her family died in a house fire that night. And then I think I know how to get this last one. I'm not sure. I think. The Game Boy, and then you take Nicole's old Game Boy. Looking from the side to side as someone might be actually watching, you pick up the Game Boy and flick the power switch. After clicking through the Pokemon intro screen, you find there is no saved game on the cart. It's like a brand new copy. You turn off the Game Boy and stuffing it into your pocket, return home, and this is the worst decision we'll ever make in this game. Your mom is standing in the kitchen when you arrive, doing dishes, and your little sister is watching some annoying cartoon. Remember to take a bath and get dressed before 7, Mom calls. Remember, you're fairly certain she never told you that in the first place. You walk into the kitchen, dropping your bag on the linoleum floor. Why do I need to do all that? All that. Silly, she says. Your mom turns from the sink to smile at you, and your throat tightens when you see how glassy and empty her eyes are. Don't you remember, she asks? Your uncle is coming over for dinner to celebrate his new job at the Nintendo. Undefined error, run, exit, all unsaved data will be lost, and do you want to continue? While packing, yeah. Coincidentally, your uncle has a new job. Lucky you, even though I never had an uncle. And then, repetition with a difference. It is not the same, not the time for running. Go where you're not wanted. Go where you've been told you can't go. Run to the kitchen. This passage does not exist. The kitchen. Go anyway. Bad expression. What? You go to the kitchen. No, child. There's not much of a... This is not allowed, child. Ignore the uncle. Tell the uncle. Shut up. You kid diddler. It falls silent for the moment. It has grown weak since you haven't been feeding it. Take out the Game Boy. From your pocket, you pull Nicole's Game Boy Color. The uncle is somewhere behind the half-textured wall, grumbling to itself. Turn on the Game Boy. Okay, the Pokédex. There's time to use that. Pokemon. There's time to use that. Item. You are carrying the Game Boy Color. Yeah. You hope this works. Oh, I like that little detail where look. Yeah, it takes some time to like focus up. Save. It's probably not as good to save when stop this child. You are getting so messed up. Option, slow, mid, fast. You're 11 years old. Oh, shoot. What was that? She asked. I know about the uncle. Nicole blinks uneasily at you. I don't know what. Do not listen. Oh, thank you for saying it in the background. You mean, what are you talking about? I used it to come back here. You're not gonna say it this time? Nicole looks around uneasily. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. How's this happening? Nicole asks. I'm starving it to death. Nicole shakes her head, stop this child, in disbelief. What are you here for? What are you doing? The rain outside increases in tempo, or bad expression stops sounding exactly like the rain. I came to save you. Nicole takes a step towards you. How did you do that? It doesn't control you. It may seem like it does. It may seem like it's all you have, but it's not. But it said, it lies. It always lies. But all the other, it says they're gone. No, we're here. We're all here still. We're still here. Gone forever, gone forever, gone forever. I made so many. My parents, my brother, I don't deserve it. Why did you come back for me? Suddenly Nicole is crying. Why did you come back for me? Because we're friends. Oh, you are not. Nicole is still. Oh, whoa! Take Nicole's hand. If we don't do something, we'll be stuck. Nicole looks to you. You really came back for me? You really think we could do this? It wants us to hate each other, and I won't do that. With a sad smile, she nods. Okay. Vamos!
No, 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 no. Come back. Come back, child. Let me touch you.
Oh my god. Am I supposed to like press one of these? I kind of don't want to. Oh, you do not understand. Games offered me something I didn't have before. They gave me a sense of place, a sense of who I did not know I could be. I'm sorry for all of this, but this isn't have. We could become something else if we were willing to fight it. You are my friend. No more games. You are my friend, and I'm here for you. End. Oh, shit! You unlocked the author's notes. Oh. Wait. Oh, shoot. Actually, no. Let's get into this. No, I do not want to do that. I do not want to do new games. But on the author's notes, there are several endings to this game, and yet if you are reading this, it's because you obtained the ending after, which I do not think there could be any more play. If you haven't unlocked all the endings we're planning to do so, I'm sorry for what probably seems to be a blunder in design. Nah, it is cool. I'll get into that later. Alternatively, you can read the short essay that follows, since their appearance here was definitely an intended effect on the design. There are various reflections I composed on my own, clarification and guidance while making the testing in this game. They are likely tedious in greater or lesser degrees besides the point of whatever experience you had while playing the game, but that is why they are hidden content. Nevertheless, if you would like more traditional hidden content, please click here. Congratulations, you have unlocked alternate outfits for all the characters. During your next playthrough, do your best to imagine the characters wearing different outfits than the ones you imagined them wearing before. I don't do that. I do not do that. Not trying to be a pervert or anything like that. Some suggestions. You and your friend are now just like Orion and Titus from Final Fantasy X. I'd rather go for Cloud and Tifa. Your friend's parents are wearing horse armor. Please PayPal me $5 for this privilege. j.michael.lutz@gmail.com. The uncle who works for Nintendo has been replaced with DreamWorks' beloved Shrek. But really, your imagination is only the limit. That's the magic of this game. Yeah. What I have to say about this game, I'm thankful the devs like back in 2014 are aware like getting some of these endings are quite annoying to go through, like the whole process of, oh, I gotta go through this specific path and then this and this and this. You know what I kind of bitch about through some of the games I play, but at least the dev is aware of it and kind of sincerely apologizes for it, which in my humble opinion, I actually got through this. Like, I tried to look something up, but it didn't really help, so I just like kind of brain powered through it and actually used my head, and my head actually worked for me this time. And like, you know, I got through it and got through this whole thing. Like, comment, sub, and comment down below. What is your favorite creepypasta or like analog horror, something of the horror aesthetic that goes along the lines of creepypastas or something like that. Personally, me, it has to be Sonic.exe. Not because it's scary or anything, but how like it's hilarious. Like, it's hilarious how bad the games are. Like, pull up T9, go on T9 and watch his .exe playthroughs, or that one video with the .exe games, and I'm telling you, those shit are hilarious. Or if you want it bad enough, I could probably play the .exe games for Sonic, like Sonic.exe and Sally.exe, or even Sunky.exe in one video. But that's if y'all want it, you know. So comment down below or like the video for that. That concludes the show, ladies and gentlemen and day names. Make sure to say see you later on your way out and catch the next show. Till next time, peace out.